Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Be Determined. Today we're doing the part 2 of our beginner's dungeon guide. We're going to be going over how to get up to S rank, the different points that you need, how to get those points, and we're also going to be going over floor 2. So if you guys want to see more of these dungeon guides, be sure to leave a like and sub. I am planning on doing a gear progression guide, but that's not going to be in this video. But if you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and let's jump straight into it. Alright, so first off, we have to get into floor 2. So you have to be Catacombs level 3 to be able to join floor 2. So let's go ahead and jump in. You are going to need at least 2 people in your party. I've got Mr. Deadeye with me today to just be a frag bot for me. A frag bot is basically just somebody who's not even going to be in the run with you. They're just going to be in your party until you get into the run, and then they'll leave the party. So it'll just be you in the dungeon run. If you want to do a solo run, this is how you do it. And for today's purposes, we are going to be running as a mage. We're going to go ahead and start the dungeon. You can see it's just me. So we're going to swap over to mage. Still says tank because Deadeye was tank. But now if we do that dungeon progression guide video as far as gear goes, we'll go over different classes in different videos most likely. But for today's purposes, we're just going to talk about the different scoring. So once you get to a certain amount of point, it will start showing your score. And you can see we are in an L-shaped room here, but we have to clear all of the mobs with stars by their name to be able to get the room cleared. But the main mobs that you're going to want to watch out for on floor 2 are Crypt Lurkers, Skeleton Masters, and Crypt Dreadlord. So this is a Crypt Dreadlord. Those swords that he shoots, or the skulls that he shoots there, those actually can hurt. I'm pretty high level. I'm Cato 36, so it doesn't really hurt me, but you're going to want to watch out for those guys. And these Crypt Lurkers, they took 3 chunks of my hearts down, which is a lot for this level. So if you're not at a high Cato level, then that's going to hurt a lot more. But yeah, basically you can see how much of the dungeon you've cleared here on the right side and how many points we're at. So we're currently at 40 points as far as exploration is concerned. So exploration is one of the 4 ways that you can gain dungeon score. Now for reference, to get an S rank, you want to have 270 score. So that is going to be a big deal, making sure that you get up to that so you can have the best rewards for floor 2. For S plus, you need 300 score, but you can only get bedrock chests unlocked at 300 score on floor 5, 6, 7, and Master Mode 5, 6, and 7. So as far as this floor is concerned, we don't have to worry about it. But again, exploration is just clearing these rooms, so making sure you have a white check mark on the brown room. And then second of all, it's going to be getting secrets. Like you can see, I have a mod with Badline Client that tells me where all the secrets are. So we super boom this and we get a secret, and that goes towards our exploration point. But here is the big thing that you want to do with dungeons, and a lot of parties will make sure that you're doing this. You want to clear before you get secrets. So the main thing is on all these brown rooms up here, you want to make sure you have the white check marks done, and don't worry about the green check marks until all the question mark rooms are gone. So we want none of the gray rooms with question marks on them, but we want all the brown rooms to have white check mark. And then later on, we'll go to green check mark. Now, as far as floor 2 is concerned, that's not really a big deal here, just because you can get S by clearing all the rooms. Depending on deaths, you may need a couple of secrets, but as long as you clear the rooms, you'll pick up a couple secrets along the way just naturally. And then after that, you don't really have to worry about it. Now the other score is skill, which is also based on rooms cleared. So again, make sure clear the rooms. The third one is your time. Now time limit, you can see we've got our time elapsed here on the right side of the screen. There is a time limit on each floor before you start losing points. So basically with floors 1, 2, and 3, you're going to have a 10-minute time limit. So once it gets past 10 minutes, you get a time limit penalty and you'll start losing points. You want to make sure that you're beating the dungeons within 10 minutes if you can. If you're just going for completion, like first time completion, it doesn't really matter too much, but you can really get carried pretty easily on this floor. If you have one person who's above Kata level 10, which again, very easy to get, then you're pretty much set. If the whole party is at Kata level 3, you may struggle a bit, but as long as you've got one person above Kata level 10 or so, it should be a pretty easy clear. Just make sure to try and avoid dying. Now we need to go over the last way to gain points, which is bonus points. So there are 3 different ways to get bonus points. Number 1 is from the Mayor Paul. Now currently the Mayor is Marina, but if you get the Paul Mayor, there is one of his perks that gives an extra 10 bonus points. So that is really, really good for the higher level floors. For the lower level floors, it doesn't really matter. But you can see we're at 229 score right now. Bloodroom can be a little tough if you don't have somebody tough to take care of it, but it's usually not too bad as long as you have a mage to thunderstorm it. But besides Paul, there is another way to gain bonus points from floor 2. There's a third way that will be introduced in, I believe, floor 6, but we'll go over that one another day. But the second way besides Paul to get bonus bonus points is from these crypts. So if you blow the crypt up, it will spawn in a crypt undead. Now you can get 1 extra point per crypt undead that you kill at a maximum of 5 crypt undeads. So we just got 1 bonus point for killing that crypt undead, and we can get up to 5 bonus points for killing 4 more of them. Alright, now it's time to talk about the boss fight. So Scarf will spawn in the middle, but you won't be able to fight him during the first phase. First phase has these 4 crypts here, and a different boss spawns at each one. So you have the priest at the pink, the archer at the green, mage at blue, and warrior at red. The first one that you want to take care of is, of course, the priest, because if you don't kill the priest first, he'll start healing all of the other guys, and then it's just a pain. So kill the priest first, and then worry about the warrior second, because he, at lower levels, if you're not high kata level or your tank is at high kata level, he can go and one-shot you. So you want to make sure that you take care of the undead warrior first, or second, priest first, warrior second, and then it doesn't really matter as far as archer and mage are concerned. They die pretty fast anyways after the priest is gone, so you can usually take care of them pretty easily. Just make sure to watch out for this fire here, because the mage can shoot that at you and that does true damage, so pretty painful. Second round, there is Scarf will spawn in, and again, you want to usually take care of the priest. If you have a really good party, you can usually take care of Scarf first, but make sure you kill the priest if you can't handle it, and then you can go straight for Scarf. You can ignore all of the other bosses, because once Scarf is dead, the run is over. Rank A, you get the emerald chest, and rank S, you'll unlock this obsidian chest here in the middle, which has the chance for the best loot. From floor 2, your best loot drops are going to be Scarf Studies and the Recombobulator. There is a chance that you can get a red scarf out of a diamond chest and make money from that, but it's not going to be nearly as much as getting a Scarf Studies from a gold chest or diamond chest or emerald chest. Generally, if you drop a Scarf Studies, you're going to be making money, and always if you're dropping a Recom, you're definitely making money. So you want to have your RNG meter set on either the Scarf Studies or the Recombobulator. Kind of depends on how the economy fluctuates, because Recoms have shot up quite a bit recently. They're kind of settling back down now, so just depending on the economy, Scarf Studies or Recombobulator will be your best bets for RNG meter. Now, since the last dungeon guide video, they did add an NPC in the dungeon hub. So if you warp out of the dungeon before you've unlocked your chest, you don't have to worry. You can go over here to Mr. Croesus. He is directly to the right of your spawn location. You can talk to him, but this guy will save your recent chests from the last 48 hours. So if you haven't opened one, you can go in here and unlock one, or even if you have opened one, you can take a dungeon chest key right here. They're on Bazaar now as well, so if you want to buy one of these and you haven't dropped one yet, they're a drop from secrets. You can grab one of these and you can talk to them and open a second chest. But if it's not a 100k or more profit, then you don't really want to use a dungeon chest key unless you're on Iron Man and you really want the drop. But as far as blood rushing goes, you want to kind of go around and clear. You're generally going to have one person blood rushing just to make the run go by faster if you're really going for speedy runs. Last time I was kind of going about completion. As far as speedy runs go, you're going to pretty much run around, kill everything that has a star next to its name, pick up the wither key and move along. This is honestly one of the worst rooms to get, because these guys tend to be all over the place. Sometimes they go up the stairs right here, and then it can just be a pain. But we kill all the star mobs, we move on. Now, a lot of times you're going to have your mage be blood rushing, and then you can have your archer blood camp. So blood rushing is basically getting to the boss room as fast as you can. You're running through all of these wither doors to try and unlock blood door as soon as possible. Right there, we got the key, so now we can unlock the blood door. So since this is such a low floor, it really doesn't matter. You can have your mage come in here and blood camp as well, or your archer. Things go by really speedily in here on this floor, just because anybody can one-shot anything. If you've done dungeons for more than like 2 hours, you can pretty much one-shot anything in here. But yeah, you'll have somebody do the blood camping here to just kill all the mobs really quickly, and then the other 5 or the other 4 players are going to be going around grabbing secrets, clearing the room. Again, for floor 2, all you got to do is clear, so it can go by really fast if you got a somewhat decent party that knows what they're doing. But you'll usually have the archer be killing mini bosses if the mage is struggling, but if you've got somebody with a hype or a spirit scepter, that's not really an issue. So again, floor 2, all you need is clear. Secrets don't really matter as long as you don't have any death, which if you're carrying somebody, you can probably get away even without going over secret. You can generally just grab crypts and that'll cover all the death. But let's go over the puzzles a little bit. I kind of rushed through the last one. So this puzzle room, the strategy is going to be to step on this first pressure pad here, or the teleport pad, and then you want to go diagonally of wherever you spawn. So if I step on this teleport pad and teleport over here, I will go to the one directly across from me. If I go from that one to this one, I'll go directly across from me until eventually I get teleported into this room with the chest. and we click on it, step back out, and you're instantly back outside. This room is called tic-tac-toe. So basically, you're just going to play tic-tac-toe. Don't lose. If you lose at tic-tac-toe, you will get clowned on. So if you're not confident or you don't have a solver, don't worry about it. Just have somebody else do it. But yeah, if he spawns in the middle, top left, he should go bottom here. Just block off wherever he tries to go, basically. He'll block you off from wherever you try to go. You can't win this game, but you can tie it, and that is how you win it realistically. Just want to make sure you're cutting off every chance that he has to get a win, and then you open the chest. Now, secrets, again, not really important, but one big thing that you will learn from secrets is stonking. So it's just a little trick I'm going to show you here. I only have an efficiency 6 stonk. This is a 500,000 coin stonk you can buy from the end island, and you can do some pretty cool tricks with it. So I can click on this block and you can see it's kind of disappearing as we click on it, but if I sprint into the block as I click on it, it'll bug out. So that one bugged out, we keep sprinting, that one bugged out. Now they're not really here on our screen on client side, but on the server side they are there. That's why we can't walk through it. If I try to walk through it, it's just gonna glitch me through like this, but I can't actually click through it. So if I reach forward, click the chest, there we go, we unlock the chest without even having to get the lever over there. So there's a lot of secrets that you can do that way. I do kind of want to do a secrets guide at some point, but I don't really have the best secret routes myself, so I'll be having to learn some secret routes before I can show you guys some efficient secret route. But this is Blaze room, so the chest here can either spawn all the way up top or it can spawn all the way down at the bottom. If it spawns at the bottom, you need to kill the low health mobs first. So you go in order of low health Blaze to high health Blaze. So if there's a 1000 health one here, you shoot it, and then there's a 1100 health one down here, you shoot it, and you keep going until you've killed the highest health mob. So make sure you don't skip any. If you skip any, you fail the puzzle, and then you have to find all the secrets in the run to be able to get an S, or more likely your party will just restart the run and then kick you and find somebody else who's not going to fail the puzzle. So make sure not to fail puzzle. But if the chest spawns up top, you're going to do it vice versa. So you kill the highest health mobs first and then go all the way down to the lowest health mobs and then unlock the chest at the bottom. But since this one spawned at the bottom, we have to lift it up, so we kill all the lowest health mobs to the highest health mobs, and then it pulls it up and we can unlock the chest. Now this room does have a secret just like tic-tac-toe, so it's just right here behind this waterfall. There's a little bedrock block here you can jump through, grab this chest, and then keep going. If you're really fast at this room, you can kill the blazes quickly and the chest will just keep rising or dropping at a certain rate, so you might have to wait for it. So while you're waiting for it, you can just grab that secret. And then there is one more puzzle room in here, right here. So this is the riddle room, the 3 weirdos room as it's also known as. I have a solver for this one, so again, I do recommend downloading Bad Lion Client, and make sure to go to SkyBlock, search for solver, and enable Blaze Room solver, puzzler solver, trivia solver, enable weirdo solver. That's the one that we're on right now. Just make sure to enable basically all these solvers. I have all of these on because they're all really useful. Sometimes the waterboard one bugs out a little bit, but that's fine. Anyways, we've got weirdo solver, so we just talk to all these guys. It tells us which chest to open. So here we go. 2B wasn't fooled, so make sure not to get fooled. Now there are 2 more puzzle rooms. We had one of them in the last run, which was the creeper room. Basically, you have to shoot the blocks on the different sides of each room and make sure that the lasers are crossing the creeper. So you shoot the blocks on the opposite sides of the room and they'll create a laser in between them. Make sure the laser is either on the creeper or on the pillar. And after you've done, I believe 3, maybe 4 of those lasers across the creeper will blow up and then you can grab the chest from underneath. Now I am probably going to hit the 10-minute time limit here, so I'm going to be losing some points. So in order to prepare for that, I'm going to make sure I grab some secrets here. So secret number 1, back behind here, we grab this, go up the ladders here, grab this one, and then there's a bat spawn right there. Spawned in, smack him, that one's done. Teleport up, grab this chest. That should be plenty of secrets to get us an S even if we lose points from time penalty. So let's go in here, get rid of all of these guys, and go through the portal. So if you have a perfect party, which is again pretty ideal if you don't have a carry, you're going to want your tank and your healer to be very, very close to each other, and make sure that the tank is the one who's trying to aggro the warrior, because if the warrior gets aggroed on somebody else, it can be a pretty big pain. And make sure that your healer is watching the health on the right side here so that they know when to use their wish ability. But yeah, I see we went over our time limit, so we started losing points there at the end. We lost 3 total points from time penalties, so you got to be very careful with how slow your runs are. But hey, we got a Scarf Studies. That's 600k profit right there, and that's better than our bedrock chest, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Scarf Studies are pretty common, and again, they do make a decent amount of money, especially if you are completing runs within 2 to 3 minutes, which is pretty ideal condition. You can make a lot of money from floor 2 compared to floor 1 especially. All right, that's gonna be all for today's video. Again, this is just part of a full dungeons guide. I cannot possibly cover all of dungeons in one video, so I'm kind of just chipping at it piece by piece. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll try and answer them before I get the next video out, and I should hopefully get the next video out somewhat soon. Just depends on how much you guys smash the like button. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.